How long gone? Chris Black, Daddy's little bitch. I'm back in New York. The rain is coming down, but I made it in time to podcast. It's been a long journey today, but I'm happy to be here. I had a late afternoon uncut cold brew as soon as I walk through the door, so I'm ready to fucking rock, TJ.
Okay, you ready to settle in and just enjoy the home for a while now? You've been traveling so much, or are you going to go on an international flight tomorrow?
Tomorrow night, back on road. I got to shoot at 9 a.m. and then finish that at 3. Got to hit the gym, repack. And then we're hitting Gay Paris, 9:30 p.m. from JFK.
Ooh.
The game don't stop, baby.
Bon Appétit red-eye flight.
Exactly.
Did you select your meal? I need to select my motherfucking meal. Air France. Oh,
I ain't like Air France is good. Air France
I'm sure.
Le Premier is good. I'm not. I will hopefully eat before or bring my own. What I like to do is get a little sushi and bring it to the airport if time allows. It's one of my favorite little hacks.
Since I'm a straight guy, I can't do anything like that. So I will be having the finest French chefs craft me a meal involving le petit poultry and fish. And
honestly, nothing is straighter than eating the food on the plane. I've never thought about that before, but that's like the straightest shit you can do.
It's good. It's free food and it's here. What are you talking? I mean, yeah, that is. What
I got the game on.
Unless you own a restaurant and have the ability to like have them pack something up for you or whatever, but stopping to get sushi to like get ahead of your eating while you're traveling, you just can't do it. Unless it's a snack.
I can and I do, bitch. So how about that?
Okay, the only straight way to do it, to bring your own meal, is to eat it and also consume the airplane meal as well.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah. A lot of people talk about the Huel meal replacement shake.
We're doing both. You're saying we're hitting both.
Yeah, I was talking to my friend Devin today. Shout outs to Devin. He was, he's a tech guy. He's working. He doesn't have time. He's too busy vibe coding to have a broccoli and chicken breast brown rice plate. So he said he drinks a little Huel shake, 40 grams of protein, while you're clacking away on the Figma or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, why don't you have those? And I told him 4 hours ago, I care about meals too much to replace them. So I just have to add it to the pile.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. Like I don't need to. I don't know. I enjoyed them too much as well.
Because like you say it all the time. Like this is kind of all I got.
Yeah,
it's like chocolate hot fudge sundae cake is sort of all you got.
You can't if you start sort of approaching life like that for everything, it can get dark quick.
Your level of joy is already so suboptimal.
Yeah, I haven't had joy I haven't had joy since I was a child, probably. So I don't know.
Do you remember your last moment of pure joy before you got happiness mogged by?
Probably right before I woke up in the hospital. That's probably. Probably.
Before I saved my life and turned my existence around for...
No, I'm joking.
Was the last time I actually enjoyed happiness.
I experience happiness all the time. I think joy is very different. I think joy feels like a word that can only be applied to someone that hasn't had much, hasn't had life kind of chew them up and spit them out in any way yet. You know what I mean?
You say joy and happiness are very different things. I will say maybe they're different things. I don't know if I'm going to say they're very different things though.
No, you're right.
They're at the very least they're both positive things.
Actually, you know what? I did experience some joy today. Actually, now that I'm thinking about this, because I told you guys this in the group chat, but I got off the plane and I'm kind of hustling because I want to get back in time to do a little organization for a pod. And once you get once you kind of get off the plane, you're going through JFK to go get a cab. There's a bathroom on the right before you have to walk across the arrivals lounge.
I'm familiar with that toilet area.
I'm going there to expel my bowels from all the water I drank on the plane. Mm-hmm. And I look over and there's an older gentleman cutting his hair in the sink at the airport. Like like a pair of real, like he brought a pair of scissors, which I didn't think you could do because they were pretty real scissors.
They're actually
like,
called shears, but yeah, go ahead.
He wasn't cutting his hair. I'm just saying he wasn't cutting his hair with like nail clippers. You know what I mean? It was like a pretty real. It was a pretty, and he had like and this wasn't like some freak. It looked like anybody's kind of dad, but his hair was overgrown, I would say.
Okay. I've got some ideas. I have some thoughts.
He was hacking away at it, like, and everybody in the bathroom was sort of like, yo, what's good? Because the hair was getting everywhere. And it was just sort of like this. It was just sort of this moment that everybody had together. It's like, I don't know, man. Let's just leave the guy alone and keep it moving.
Yeah, I mean, it reminds me of just the season finale of Industry. No spoilers, but there was a character where he was in some hot water with some Russian folks. FOLX, and he was trying to maybe think about fleeing the country, and he was he was assembling a last minute disguise, so you'll see catch me if you can type shit, identity thief. But yeah, so he's on the run and he's got to do an emergency haircut in an airport bathroom.
Damn, you might be right. And maybe that's why, maybe everybody else like kind of realized that, and that's why they were leaving him alone, and I was the odd man out because I've never seen a movie. So I wasn't really thinking. You
go up to this international espionage criminal and you say, "What you doing?" Actually, you write for GQ, and I have really. I have a few questions about men's hairstyles.
If you want me to help fade the back up a little bit, I can. If you have clippers, I'm happy to help.
What is that? A 2? Is that a 2 or is that a 4? What are you running on? That thing?
I was just really thrown off because I was like, wow, I've been in so many airports. I've seen so much weird shit. This might take the cake. But now that espionage is involved, it makes it a little sexier. It's not. That's right. It's not the guy with his bare feet, putting him up on the wall, in Delta One or anything like that. It wasn't
he's fine. That guy has smuggling zero things up his keister if he's got his shoes off, feet up on the wall.
not the keister. I also there was a big Harry Styles cover of Runner's World, which I think is a last album for Harry's House. He was on the cover of a British interiors magazine called House Beautiful, I believe.
House Beautiful.
So he's doing. I do appreciate this because if you're him, you can call any magazine you want and be like, hey, I got an album coming out. What do you guys want to do? So like next album, if he's into fly fishing, garden and gun cover. Where does this end? You know what I mean? He could do whatever he wants.
This is the thing that I think about and see all the time. It's no longer enough to just be the thing that you are. It's no longer, I'm a model. I have to be a model who's also into horses, or I have to be a international pop star. And then they're like, yeah, but like, what do you do? What are you into? Oh, you like sourdough baking? You like running? You like Japanese wrestling? Otherwise, they have nothing to talk. Like, Jimmy Fallon has nothing to ask you about if you're not a figure skater who's also into music.
I don't think this is fair. I don't think this is fair of you to take these celebrities down to the studs. They can only do one thing.
It's not the celebrity's fault. It's the system's fault for not being you. Making it. You can't just be anything anymore. Like, what do you mean you're just a hot person who's an amazing musician?
Oh well, no. Definitely.
You also have to be like. You also have to have a Substack about being a dog mom or something.
Well, that I agree is like Substack's always the problem. I'm talking about. I just think that people are allowed to have hobbies, but now we have to exploit those hobbies for gain, which I agree with. But I think that in the case of Bella Hadid, I think she's a real horse girl. I think she's been doing that since she was a kid. And in the case of because Harry ran the sub-3 marathon. It's sort of like he gets a like he's good in any running hood from what I understand.
He is.
But I love the pictures. This woman Laura Jane Colson took the pictures.
Photos are
really
good. I agree.
There's one where he's in like an ice bath that's quite good. But I was just like, this is clever. Obviously, having I appreciate it. I don't know. I think it's funny to be able to do this and sort of go shirtless without it being weird. You know what I mean?
Well, one thing I wanted to ask you about that in that interview, I just saw a little clip it. I haven't read the whole thing. But he said that he started running to dance music mixes exclusively. What do you think about that?
That doesn't surprise me. I feel like a lot of runners from the ones that I'm friends with, especially the more serious ones, I think you're trying to hit that nirvana trance-like state.
And ironically, Nirvana won't do that for you.
Exactly. Yeah. Trance might, Nirvana won't. So I think that I get that. I think for running specifically, it makes a lot of sense, especially if you're doing long distance, because you sort of want to get into the flow, which I feel like electronic music does better than any other genre.
Yes, and I think he mentioned something saying like, if you have your playlist of songs, then you're able to sort of get in your head and gamify. They're like, all right, well,
yes, I do. I used to do that when I ran
if
more.
Black Hole Sun Soundgarden's playing right now, that means I only got 7 more songs left, and each song is averaging 3 minutes and 41 seconds. I've had time to do the math, so
that's real.
That means I've got 3.8 more miles left to go.
When you're listening to free jazz, it's a little harder to sort of time your splits, in your own head. That's real though. You do. I think that's why a lot of real runner heads, like all those guys I was with in Jackson Hole, they're like basically like listening to music is for pussies. Like if you need music, like you're in the wrong game. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, I don't know, bro. If you're doing 250 miles, I need something. I don't know, but maybe a snack.
We always got to push it.
But the interview, it is cool. They got Murakami to do the interview though, a known runner. But I just thought it was like that. That made it really. I feel like that elevates it a little bit.
I agree. I mean, that's how you get Harry's PR to reply to that fucking email. So we got Murakami on the line.
We got Murakami. He's good to go. He's greenlit for this one. He's ready to rock. Other than that, though, not much happening really. Did you see that video of Trump trying to put the medal on the guy, and he's so fat it's like a choker?
No,
he's trying to put a medal on.
I saw it, but I did not click play.
Well, there's also this trend going on where like hot older women are like, this is what I was like, Mom, what were you like in the 90s? And the Goo Goo Dolls plays, and it's just a montage of like Drew Barrymore being, the coolest person on earth in the 90s, or different members of the Sex and the City cast, Brooke Shields. I've seen a bunch of them, but it's another that I just love. That I love when the internet trends work in the way they're supposed to, where you actually get to post pictures when you were hotter. That's what keeps happening. You know what I mean? It just keeps happening. But when you're a celebrity, it's a little different. I feel like we've seen those pictures before. You know what I mean? We know.
Yeah, we know. We have some of them saved on a special folder.
That's Jason's special folder. Don't go in there. Don't go in there now. I told you, do not go in there. I'm going to slap your
These
damn
are all
hand.
rare finds. This is all pre-surgery, boys. Take a look.
No, we call these BC right here. Okay, all right. We do have a guest today. Her name is Ella.
Any of her fans have already turned this off.
Oh, definitely. They've fast forward if nothing else. Ella Quittner is her name. She has a new cookbook, Obsessed with the Best. I really like this concept for a cookbook, where it's sort of like I really went to the mat to try to find the best of everything, and I'm reporting back to you now. I think a lot of head-to-head testing is something that we aren't doing a lot of these days as a culture.
You like a bench test? Well, I think I'm glad that you're excited, and we found a cookbook with the subject matter that you can sink your teeth into as a person who doesn't cook or own cookbooks. Except ones that are nice looking. But
but hers I like because at the top it's cookies and at the bottom it's pancakes. Let me tell you something. That's something I wouldn't mind taste testing, if you know what I mean, big dog.
Okay, I know what you mean. Well, I think I'm more interested in figuring out, philosophically, what does the best mean?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, you're right. It means something different to everyone, especially a super taster. All right, let's give her a call.
But yeah, our pod is not video at all. It's just so we can see each other, but it'll be only audio.
Okay, then I can pull my hair all the way back.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. You can do whatever.
And no one will ever know. Can you guys hear my dog?
You can even put on your big glasses. Just fuck it. Nobody's ever going to know.
These are actually part of my face.
Oh,
they
really?
You're saying you're saying these are your daily drivers.
No, like I was born like this. People assume I wear big glasses, but it's actually a feature. Yeah.
You're saying this is God's plan. He gave them to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have like emotional support clothing items, hats, glasses, goggles, things like that?
Unfortunately, I have a lot, and I'm pregnant right now, so it's been like really bad. Like I can't get dressed in a normal way. Being pregnant has turned me into a trucker. Like I have these pajamas. I swear I got them for free at an airport in 2004 or 5. I don't know why. I don't remember how. They just are in my life.
Do they have Kit Kats on them or anything? SpongeBob?
Cookie Monster.
Some of them have a Delta logo. And some of them are like just gray, but I like have in my head they're from the airport.
Hold on. Some of them? So you mean there's several? Okay, I think you're.
Don't bury the lead that you stole Delta pajamas from the airport in 2004.
I have like 8 pairs and they're like so fucked up. Like there are holes in the most horrifying places. And I swear, like I will wear them out when I go walk my dog in the morning and none of my doormen can make eye contact with me anymore.
They don't want to see that. They said no, please, no.
Yeah, because now you just look like a baby mama that's in the building trapped. Maybe we just got to get her out somehow.
Exactly. I'm like the woman from Room running out of room every time they see me.
Every time they lay eyes on me at the door.
Okay, so living like a trucker in that. Say more on that. Expand on that,
please.
Oh my god, do I have to? Okay, something.
You're like, well, I've been driving a lot lately, cross country mostly.
Yeah, exactly. 18-wheeler. Famously, pregnancy is a very joyless time in a young woman's life, right? You can't drink or do drugs or like technically eat bluefin tuna much.
Sure.
And like literally that's all of my hobbies is like martini. Like the only thing I can do that's my hobby is like talk shit and gossip. But it's like if I'm not drinking, I don't even have that much to say.
Welcome home, sweetheart. Welcome home, sweetheart.
Well, let us scratch that itch this afternoon, Ella.
So my like new hobby or passion, if you could call it that, like the only joy in my day is every day in the mid-afternoon I go out to walk my dog. And I'll like go into the Five Guys at the corner across 7th Avenue from me. And I'll hit the Coke 360 machine. And I'll do like a new mix, like a Diet Coke suicide. Like I'll do like a Diet Coke. I'll splash in like a Diet vanilla Coke. I'll hit it with some Diet cherry.
You are not bench testing the Coca-Cola 360 machine, are you?
It's certainly not precise in any way.
When you go on the dog walk, do you have a blue roll of masking tape over your wrists and
it's
a Sharpie?
Actually over my mouth. Yeah.
Okay. Over my mouth
and it just says call 911.
So, okay, when you say Coca-Cola 360, for those of us that aren't maybe as familiar with the soda dispensing,
our AMC Stubbs members are aware of this soda fountain.
I haven't been to a movie theater in a long time. So you're saying the Delta, the Coca-Cola 360. You're saying that you hit the buttons and you can try all the flavors. You can mix. You can match.
Yeah. They do have this in the Delta Lounge, Chris. Ironically.
Well, it's like going. I mean,
so true.
I'm brought back to my youth. Growing up in Atlanta, going to the world of Coca-Cola, one of our major theme parks and attractions. And the idea was that you could go into this room at the end of the world of Coca-Cola and you could try all of the Coca-Cola products from all over the globe.
Yeah, it's like that. They put that in like a vending machine, and if you pay like $3.99 at the Five Guys on 7th Avenue, you can do that.
But you can't get like Iranian Diet Coke. You can only get like
No, and it's actually fucked up that you can't. Like it's actually like very nationalist.
I agree.
Chris, of all the countries to name right now.
Oh, sorry.
It was
just top of mind. It was just top of mind.
It's activism.
He had Indian in the chamber and he got nervous. And
I did get nervous. Sometimes I get nervous, Ella.
I mean, I was joking around about you bringing the masking tape and labeling it like the bear, know, 3 parts Mr. Pibb, 1 part, whatever, Diet Sprite. But are you really doing a new suicide, a fresh random roll of the dice every time? Or are you slowly chipping away at crafting a new perfect soda blend?
I wish I could say it was the latter, but it's totally the former. Like, I think people are really surprised to learn this about me, that outside of work and outside of this bench testing I do, I'm so chaotic.
Okay. Peaks and valleys.
Like, I'm just going in there and I'm dispensing from the heart. I'm letting my finger. It's like a Ouija board.
It's like when I go on a trip, I just spin the globe and put my hand.
Exactly. I let the Coke machine take me.
It's all muscle memory.
Yeah. I think that's what it is. I'm so like burned out from being a neurotic perfectionist that I just like let Jesus take the wheel. And I'm one with the machine and I let it kind of guide me where it feels like I should go that day.
I'm because you guys brought up truckers.
Sure.
And we're talking about food. I don't know if you've seen this trend on the Instagram Reels application, but there's a thing where this guy interviews truckers about what they get at the gas station when they're doing a long haul. So you see these kind of like toothless gremlins go into the fucking 7-Eleven, and they're grabbing the wildest mix of shit you could possibly imagine to fuel a 12-hour trip.
And these guys are not pregnant.
Yeah, right. I was going to say, can't imagine it's worse than like what's in my tote bag right now.
Sure.
Like at any given time this week, it's been, I swear to God, I got a massage last week. And you're naked in a massage. And I like stood up after I got off the table. Right. And I stood up and I got off the table and I like stepped on the floor and my foot crunched on something. And I looked
like a cockroach?
It's like candlelit. Well, I was like, oh my God, is it a cockroach? It's like candlelit. It's like a massage. There's like drum music playing. And it was a goldfish. And I was like, oh my God, that was somewhere on my body.
Okay, to be clear, a goldfish cracker, not a live flopping goldfish.
Right. Important.
To be more clear, Ella, you don't already have a child.
No, I have a dog. I don't know if you can hear him. He's eating a bone super hard right next to me right now.
I guess I'm just more concerned that I don't know any adults who eat goldfish. So that's kind of where I'm going.
Yeah, my palate has reverted to like a 4-year-old like white toddler in 1984. Like something I can't stop eating is Honey Nut Cheerios. And I keep bringing it up because like, again, I can't drink. So I don't have anything interesting ever to share. So I'm like, have you guys had Honey Nut Cheerios? And everyone's like, yes.
Yeah, there's no surprise with that. I think we all
remember Honey Nut Cheerios. Yes,
I'm a known. I eat Cheerios a lot, but the multi-grain.
Okay.
I think it's a sleeper hit that has more flavor than people would realize. It comes in a purple box or a purple accented box if you're at the store and you're looking to get crazy.
Bit of a brag. No, I'm never at the store. I am such a degenerate these days. I'm like always furiously in the Instacart chat. Like, no, you cannot swap good culture low-fat cottage cheese for Nudsons. It's not the same.
No, you have to let them know.
This is why I cannot ever use that app.
This is New York shit, Jason. Honestly, it's New York shit. It's like you just have to do this. Like you just have to. No one I know doesn't get groceries delivered. No one.
Really?
I mean, I know plenty of dorks that go to the farmer's market and do that whole thing, but they're still supplementing the farmer's market with.
We still got to get the good culture in our body.
Exactly.
I'll performatively go to the farmer's market and I'll like take a picture of like an heirloom tomato and post it to story and be like, tomato season hit. Like I can't even find the words. I'm like, what would Alex Delaney say?
Actually, this reminds me, I was listening to a podcast interview and you said you were sitting at your boring finance desk job and you'd look at Alex Delaney's Instagram and there'd be a photo of a cappuccino and it just says copped.
Like, I still don't know what that means. Like, am I copying my diet?
It means cappuccino secured. You know what I mean? Like,
I guess, but here's where I'm getting tripped up. It's like he bought it.
I don't know why this is so funny. I don't
purchased it like with his money. He like went in, and this was like 2017, so it's not even like Apple Pay. He like went in and paid for it. There's like cappuccino purchase.
This reminds me.
Like you didn't cop it.
You did technically cop it. In his defense, he's using the term correctly. I guess this is reminding me of when Jason would.
It technically does mean
Jason would talk to me,
transaction.
Talk about early Twitter and be like, my first tweet was tacos for the win.
It was just such a simpler time when you could post a photo with a bad sepia filter on it of a coffee drink. I have 7,000 of those photos deep on my iCloud somewhere. And you could post that and someone somewhere will be like, I want to have sex with this person. This guy is living La Vida Loca. I want to, whatever you're drinking, sign me up,
I miss that time so bad. Social media is so depressing today. Like to get someone to want to have sex with you via something you post, you have to work so hard.
Tell me more, Ella. Tell me more. What's that like?
Well, I'm married, so my husband has to have sex with me.
And it just works.
I give him a little goldfish.
That's my code word.
No, but it sucks.
I actually don't. I think this line. I disagree with you. I think this line of thinking is wrong. I think social media is better than it ever has been, and you just have to dial it in. I just don't think. I think that people. Are you affected by other people? Like, are you affected by jealousy? Like, if you see like a hot chick on an expensive vacation, you're like, that should be me.
So no, but I am greatly affected by jealousy. Like I'm the most jealous, petty person I've ever met other than my mom. And I learned it from her and I'm like becoming her. But I'm not jealous of that. I'm jealous of like really arbitrary, esoteric things that you wouldn't think I would be jealous of. But if someone's on a vacation, I'm like, oh, cool.
Nice vacation.
You know, I'll like Google her dad. You know, I'm just like, okay.
That helps.
Now we're talking. Now we're
Like, I'm
speaking my language.
curious.
Now we're speaking my. So do you think anyone that you follow is paying for anything themselves?
I think that comp culture is completely spiraled out of control.
I've never heard.
You said comp culture.
Comp culture, yeah, like people getting stuff comped. Like
I've never heard of anyone put a phrase or a name to my life.
Nice. I like it.
It's the Diet Coke. It keeps me sharp.
Mm-hmm. Jason loves to complain about comp culture and getting killed with dishes.
Getting killed with desserts at the end and then a full check. Come on.
That does suck when that happens. I think I'm just jealous and bitter because
all 7 sorbets.
I work for a couple of there's not even a lot of publications that still exist. I work for a couple of publications.
You work for both publications?
Yeah, I work for the 2 remaining publications that still have ethics policies. And so I'm not really participating in comp culture. Like if I were to renovate my house, like it would probably not be a good look for me to get like a comped oven or like the expensive fridge I want.
You could at least get some Pharaoh and Ball paint, I'm sure.
You think? I don't know. Like, what if they were like, oh, go profile the prim British lady that Rebecca Mead already profiled 10 years ago, but everyone has brain rot, so nobody remembers.
Maybe something from the Andy Bargani Restoration Hardware Collection, you know, something non-culinary specific, perhaps?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I know I'm never right about fashion, so I'm like, maybe someone wants to give me like a Prada. I almost said a Prada pants. Like, I don't write about fashion. Yeah.
Can you tell me what is the remember when all those startup DTC cookware brands existed for a 5-year period?
Mm-hmm.
All too well.
What's the worst product from that era, if you don't mind me asking? Only because I have my own ideas, but I'd like to hear it from an expert.
I know that Made In seems to have weathered the storm, and they seem to be considered a respected player in the game. I don't know if you agree with that or not, but maybe...
I was thinking more Great Jones.
People ride really hard for Made In. I think those are well made. I think Just Jura is well made. Have you seen those?
They're Just Jura, that sounds like a Latin pop star.
Beautiful. It does, but it's just so stunning. It's like this guy, Gabe, in LA, and he makes like bench scrapers and knives and shit, and they look like art.
Okay.
Hold on, you're telling me a motherfucking guy in LA is making bench scrapers that look like art? I'll be the fucking judge of that.
I don't know if I want an artistic bench scraper.
I'm gonna head down to the MoMA right now and see if they have it.
Okay, I think the worst one. I actually did a story on this a few years ago, maybe a year ago. I don't know. Time is such a cipher.
As a pregnant truck driver at the time,
yeah, literally,
it's away from you.
Yeah, why does a pregnant truck driver need an artisan bench scraper? That's the real question.
But to scrape stuff off the passenger seat, like if like a Philly cheesesteak like spills out into the leather stitching.
If one of the kilos in the gas tank gets opened up, you got to move some heavy weight. I'm of course an OXO girly as it pertains to the bench scraping.
I'm not familiar with Maiden. I mean, I know the term, but I'm not familiar with.
Chris, when we were at the restaurant yesterday, I was holding that giant.
Oh yeah,
giant pan. That's a Made In.
Okay,
brand.
I got you.
Sorry, we digress, Ella.
No, those are nice. I think those are made out of like real metal, and I think the ones that people fucking hate are the non-stick. They like yassified for millennial non-stick. So like Always Pan was one of those. Do you remember it came out and it was in everyone's?
Yes.
It was like in that time of food media becoming psychotically cool. There were these like salmon colored pots and they had like 30 inserts and strainers. And the story I did was because like a year or two ago, there were like 1 trillion listings on Facebook Marketplace that were like, I'm leaving this piece of trash outside my apartment. It's like completely scratched up. It doesn't work every time I try to use it to even reheat pizza. It burns it. Like that kind of thing. But I will say, I don't know, like I think that company did create something which is really cool, which I haven't tried either around the time I was writing that, which is like a new kind of nonstick that apparently isn't the kind that gets really fucked up if you use it or even look at it.
But I think the thing about nonstick is everybody's a pussy. I think it's going to hurt them. Isn't that the issue with nonstick?
So that's one, and that's why a bunch of people started these new yassified nonstick companies. Is I think it's called PFAs. It's like a thing in the coating that they feel if it gets really hot or scorched.
But but you're saying if you make it canary yellow, it won't hurt you anymore?
Yeah, and if you like get an artist from Brooklyn to paint a tomato onto it, it'll actually make you healthier. Like, you actually can't die.
Yeah, you'll live forever if you buy one of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like that was such a particular time. But you're right. That was because the food, that was like I feel like that was the first time all of that shit boomed, when it was the heady days of the Bon Appetit test kitchen.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And like that natural wines, we were like, whoa, a sour juice?
I'm proud to say I've never watched a Bon Appetit video in my entire life.
Really?
No.
Should we watch one right now together?
I don't know. I feel like anybody I know that did that, I know in real life, and I don't need to see them do that now. You know what I mean?
Does the name Claire Saffitz mean anything? Like, I can't believe you haven't seen.
No, I have no idea.
Wow.
We've had Molly Baz on the pod. We've had Carla Lolly Music on the pod. We've had
Andy.
Who else? Andy Bargani on the pod. We've had most of the.
I don't know the one you just said though. Is she hot though, or what? What's the? Why are you asking?
Like spiritually so sexy to me, because she's just like a fantastic, deft, kind of stern pastry chef, and she had this series that was, I think, their most popular series, where she would like reverse engineer junk food, which, as we've established, as a trucker, is like a little bit of me.
Uh-huh. So she's like a bitchy chick who will teach you how to make a Reese's peanut butter cup at home.
Not bitchy, but like really disappointed in herself all the time in the series. Like, she would be doing like a 10,000 step molecular gastronomy thing to try to like reverse engineer a Twinkie, and you could tell she was just like so frustrated she couldn't get it.
She kind of like Carolyn, my wife, she considers her baking like, you know, she reaches to her cookbook for like, when I want mommy to tell me what to do, like she opens that book up, you know what I mean?
That's exactly right. Claire Saffitz is like mommy, and she's perfect. I think you should seriously watch it.
It's not dominatrix, it's not BDSM, but it's a little not.
What does she do now?
That's still from her kitchen in New York. And her thing, I think the reason why why you, Jason, maybe don't know her as well is because she's like not really for the TikTok brain rot era. She's very soft-spoken, and she takes her time to give ideas. She would never be caught dead going like, vodka and pie crust, let me tell you why. You know, and then diving in. And by the way, I would.
Yeah,
but she wouldn't. Like, she's an expert.
I don't know her because I don't cook, but you're saying that her approach is a little too old school maybe for today's minds.
It's not even that. Like, I think that's taking it a level too far. I think in this day and age, we're not even paying attention to what we're paying attention to. We're just scrolling so fast that if something doesn't actively reach out and throttle you while you're just mindlessly scrolling in bed, you're not even going to see it or register that person exists. Uh-huh. Enter the hook.
Let alone pick up a book and read it, huh?
No, God, no. A book? Ugh, I wouldn't.
So anyway, your new book's out now.
You don't actually have to read it.
On the subject of Bon Appetit, I had a question, a little bit of a shot in the dark, but while you were briefly doing some open mic stand-up in New York you were working in finance, what percentage of your material was based on the Bon Appetit universe?
Oh my God, 0. I was so afraid of them. And also when I was in my 20s, I like didn't understand that I was extremely just like unimportant and irrelevant to the rest of the universe. Like, I'm just like a piece of flotsam in the ocean. I didn't get that yet.
You really mattered to no one at all.
Totally. So the idea that I would talk about someone else that was in New York in my stand-up set and not falsify it in some way, I never ever would have done that. I would have died.
So then you didn't really have the cojones to be a stand-up comedian is what it sounds like.
Obviously. I mean, look at me. I don't even have the cojones to put my hair behind my ears.
I don't know. Wait, so what kind of jobs have you had? Because I feel like you've already listed 3, and you're 21? So that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I'm 21. I'm 35 as of last week. I've had a lot of jobs. I spent 3 years as a barista. What did I do? Oh, I did a bunch of internships in college at magazines. I worked on Wall Street for almost 6 years.
That's where you met your husband,
worked in food media. I met my husband in college. Actually, he's the reason I went into Wall Street.
He's been holding your ass down for that long? Where does he work? He better work at one of the big 3 law firms, banks, something.
He works at a very small real estate investment firm.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Very small. Got it.
Small team portfolio, large though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, really small. They're based in a brownstone.
I've known you for 20 minutes. I knew you had a husband who made bread. I could just feel
You'd
it.
love him.
I already do.
He'd pay for dinner.
Okay.
Do you know what podcasts your husband listens to?
He's not a big podcaster. He watches pretty much every TV show ever made. It doesn't matter if it's like MILF Manor season 2 or like Industry or like The Sopranos. Like literally, he's just like injecting television into his brain.
Everyone can get touched. Okay.
Unless it came out before 2011, and then he says the picture is old. Like, I don't even know what that means, but he says the picture is old. So he won't watch Californication.
Is your husband 19?
The quality of the image.
He'll be 19 next week, yeah.
So he's saying the quality of the image is not pleasurable to his eye, his discerning eye.
I guess, but I wish he'd just say that. When he says, like, the picture is old, I feel like we're in, like, an old folks' home, and he's gonna, like, throw his cane at the TV.
Like, bro, this is not black and white. Obama was in office, bro. Like,
it's not that. Girls is actually really good.
Totally. He won't watch Girls, not because of the plot.
Sure. It's the picture issue. All right,
It's the picture.
When you worked on Wall Street, what did you do?
I raised capital for private equity funds. So we would like get hired by these GPs who would say, I want to raise $1 billion for an energy debt fund. And we would work with them for like 2 or 3 years, doing everything from crafting their marketing message to making all the materials to setting up these meetings with investors all over the country to getting feedback on the meetings and basically getting people to write checks.
What character on Industry were you?
None. When I first watched Industry,
Sweet Pea Rising.
She's like, I'm not into strap-ons. I don't do that kind of stuff.
I didn't say that. When I first watched Industry, I just laughed it off because it's not like that. Like, it's so boring. There needs to be a show that's just actually what it's like to work on finance work on Wall Street as a 22-year-old. It's like the most exciting thing in your day is literally like getting up for the first time after 9 hours, walking from your cubicle in your like smelly high heels because you've been in them since like 6 a.m. to the like free coffee dispenser that's 15 feet away and being like, ooh, maybe I'll put a sugar in my coffee. Like, I know that's not good for me, but maybe it'll get me
I'm
going.
going to try French vanilla today.
Yeah.
So you're saying that your experience in finance, you weren't partying? I don't know if I believe that.
No, we were drinking a ton, but again, it's not in this like hilarious it's in a way that I as a cynical person found so funny. Like, I loved watching these men just get absolutely tanked, and I loved hanging out with them, and we had the best time, but it was so silly. Like, it wasn't sexy. Industry's so horny, you know. Industry's like cool. It's like these hot kids running around.
So when you would go to the office with all the guys and you'd hit McSorley's and put a bunch back, how often did you end up kissing a woman in a nightclub?
This is my point. Like, never.
You're telling me you never had sex with Kieran and Shipka? You didn't have sex with Kieran and Shipka one time?
I did, but she would work in my office. No, we would go out. We would get really drunk. There was this thing called the Quarterly, where all 75 team members in our group from all over the world would like get flown out to New York. And apparently it used to be this really glamorous thing before the recession where they would get flown to like different countries or like Breakers, Palm Beach. So everyone would comment it. There was like this vibe, you know, like when your cool uncle visits when you're a kid and your parents get all like
quarters did we?
Totally. They like batch a cocktail. It was like that was the vibe. And we would like go to PJ Clark's sidecar.
You put a Negroni in the freaking water filter in the office.
But like the worst thing I ever saw anyone do, even though we would like get really wasted, stay out really late, would be like, I don't know, like either like a boring drug or like a little like a tobacco in the lip. I don't, you know, like a dip. Like it wasn't. There were not women were not kissing.
So things would even escalate to the level where you have a Zyn on certain nights. When you guys really pushed it.
Like I would have a Zyn and then I would like puke in the Uber.
Okay, so a real marathon partying.
But isn't the point of these jobs to stick with it because then you'll eventually make a lot of money?
Yeah, so that was obviously something I did wrong.
You're like, instead of money, I'm going to make biscuits.
Yeah, that's what I said. No, I stuck with it as long as I could. And I looked around and I was like, wow, it got easier every year, right? You're like getting more and more senior. You're getting paid like 2 to 3 times as much. And you're delegating, there are people under you. And I could look around and I could see what life I would have. And in fact, I could literally see it because a lot of the time we would either like go to each other's apartments or drop off pitch books at someone's house or whatever. Like we knew their wives, we knew their kids. I literally could see where my kids would go to school and how much money I would have and where my Hamptons house would be. But I kind of just couldn't bring myself to not leave and become a writer, which I know sounds so egotistical and dumb. I think it was like my whole life I had wanted to be one. And my whole life, my parents were like, don't. That's the worst thing you can do. They were newspaper journalists when I was a kid at Newsday on Long Island. And they were like, being a writer, worst career path you could pick. It's just full of rejection. It pays nothing. Like you're just always scrambling and striving and hustling. And it's just such a bummer. And I like really tried to internalize that and it just didn't work. Like eventually I just broke.
Well, I think on the plus side, you have that to fall back on if your creative path didn't work out. Luckily, it seems to be working out well for you, but God forbid something does happen, you are armed with those skills. We can get that 401k juiced up again.
I don't think I could go back to Wall Street. That's my stress dream I have all the time where I'm like back after 3 years and everyone's sort of acting like I never left, but I don't remember what anything means. But I think my fallback plan is like a CPG company. Like I would love to, I feel like I'm such an idiot. Like I would be really, I like a protein whipped cream. Doesn't that sound like something if I invented it, you would buy it today?
If it came out right now, but unfortunately you got to be ahead of the curve, you know?
No, that's true.
If you can make some impossible crab legs for slutty vegans out there, I'll put 10K in right now.
RIP slutty vegan. Sorry.
Slutty vegan.
Do you know slutty vegan, Ella? Are you familiar with slutty vegan? It was a female owned POC small business in the Atlanta, Georgia area where I'm from that was bad boy vegan food, and they did close and are bankrupt because she owes millions of dollars.
They were where Salt Hanks is now. There was a slutty vegan in my neighborhood.
Yeah, there was one. There's a few here, I think.
And all of the sandwich names were like dripping wet BLT.
It's literally like sloppy toppy tuna for real. It's literally.
Yeah.
Let me get a wet ass pastrami, no onion.
Literally,
it's honestly. There were people talking about the menu yesterday when they announced the bankruptcy, and I was like, "This is." It was the hottest. It like really worked for like a year. Like people were talking about it. There's lines out the door at all of them. It was like a whole. But veganism in general has really fallen off as far as popular culture goes. So I think the tides turned.
I was working last year in LA in a writer's room, and I remember I was talking to someone else who worked there. And she was a woman who had moved out from New York just for this job, and I was ranting about this place, Slutty Vegan, being on my block. We were talking about how there's this like revolving door of things on Bleecker Street. And she said, "Oh, Slutty Vegan, I know that place. That's my boyfriend's favorite restaurant in New York." And I was like, I never do this, but dump him.
Yeah, that's actually amazing.
Like,
that's
of
amazing.
all the restaurants in New York.
Crazy.
That's really cool. That's really cool.
Like, is he dead? Is it like a Weekend at Bernie's situation where he's just been propped up for the 6 years you've known him and someone's like puppeting
Weekend
him?
at Slutty's.
Weekend at Slutty's does have a nice ring to it, Jason.
It's too bad I'm already married. That'd be such a good wedding bachelorette theme.
Weekend at Slutty's?
At Slutty Vegans.
Yeah.
On the subject of eating pussy, you wrote a story called "Let Them Eat Goo" about, we were talking about Harry Styles earlier in the pod. He's a big runner, and those runner types like to suck down some of those goo pouches. That's what you were talking about, I'm assuming.
Yeah, liquid salad.
Liquid salad.
Have you
I
had
know
that?
about that, but I think I thought you were talking about like Martin, like the ones that like all the runners use for fuel. They call it nutrition when they're running.
No.
Or you're talking about the salad bags for children that men now eat.
Yeah, this is like a little bit more sinister. Yeah, exactly. It's like basically a new line of meal replacement products marketed toward the modern millennial, like Soylent 2.0, 3.0. So there's this one liquid salad backed by a grown man who calls himself Fiber Daddy online. And it's basically like a salad, but it's like blended into a pouch.
Yeah, I've seen these. I get ads for them on Instagram. Okay, but I
thought... can just say that you eat them.
No, I don't. I would try.
It's fine.
I would try one. I didn't.
I'm sure somebody from their marketing team listens to the pod. You have my address. You have my sizes. Bring it over.
I hope Fiber Daddy does. What does Fiber Daddy look like, though, is the question. Because if he's snatched, then I get it.
Is he hotter than the Liver King?
He's hotter than Liver King for sure, but that's like a weird bar, I think.
Low bar, yeah. Not even a low bar, just a strange bar.
He's like a normal looking guy. I have 28 in my closet right now. I'll bring you one. I'll Uber courier it to you.
What flavor do you like the best? Is it just salad flavor?
There's only one flavor. Yeah, it tastes like applesauce and like cucumber and gel, and it tastes a little bit like seaweed.
Yeah,
like at the back of your
That's
mouth.
one of the.
It's like
that's a twisted
umami
flavor combo that you just described there.
It's a tough patch. Yeah.
Well, do you? I haven't read the article, so I don't know exactly what happens at the end. But do you predict anything for the future? Do you see a world where we're reading Sweet Green sales earnings quarters are not looking good? We're pivoting to wraps. Are you going to see, these protein maxing fast casual places pivot into the goo space?
It's an interesting
Hey, Shawty,
question.
let me pivot into the goo space.
Yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
Hope they don't slip.
Yeah.
It's a good question because on one hand, Soylent is like totally fucked. They've released a lot of stuff lately being like...
It's people.
And on the other hand, all the people I spoke to for the story were like, I'm busier than ever. We live in this late stage capitalism hellscape where everything's vying for my attention and I can be reached by anyone at any time. And I'm just constantly getting text messages and my kids are screaming and I have to like take them to a thing. And then I want to watch TikTok and then blah, blah. So if I can eat a meal replacement bar instead of a lunch, sometimes that solves a problem for me. But I do think largely, and I hope in the next few years or maybe a little longer, we'll have like a major cultural blowback and we'll become kind of much more analog. And it'll probably get really obnoxious before it gets better, like in the early 2000s.
Yeah, I used to, we all stay at the Ace Hotel when they put a record player and a guitar in the room.
Exactly. That's like exactly what I was just going to say. Like when the guy you knew from college had a record player and every week he would go to like a different record store and get a different one.
No,
it's gonna be like
I really like Bob Dylan.
Homemade pizza sauce is actually better than.
Well, I mean, I think there already is
Yeah.
a little bit of a movement, and I actually, as a longtime bar lover, not just Xanax, I mean nutritional. I do think the line of thinking that like it's better to just eat food, like regular real food, is obviously healthier every time.
Sure.
And I do hear people. I think that is a line of thinking that is making its way back a little bit.
And also, there's another complicating strain, though, which is like, if this was just the Soylent era, of course, there would be this blowback where we would be going back to like Ace Hotel record, eat real food, Alison Roman, chickpeas in a pot type of thing. But now there's also this like Maha politicized nature, I think, to Whole Foods.
Well, that's why that's the only reason I ever eat real food.
You love Bobby.
You have no idea how much we love Bobby on this podcast.
I mean, you had Olivia on, I saw.
That's not why. We don't like him for his sexual reasons. We just like him because he's funny and he wears jeans, just like me.
That's big of you.
Actually, while we have you here, just a quick aside, Chris and we were talking about it earlier. Do you have any suspicion or idea what he's hiding under those jeans when he's working out? The reason why he never takes the jeans off.
We're not talking about his penis. We're not talking about his huge penis.
So, people have said varicose veins, a racist tattoo, some weird disfigurement, a burn accident, heavy machinery, something like that. What's he hiding under there?
I think it's like, how he's, like the Maha people really hate like 5G and like cordless headphones. I think it's a bunch of like wireless iPhone chargers that when he puts his phones in the pockets of his pants, they like plug right in, and he doesn't want anyone to know he's doing that because it's affecting his fertility.
Great idea. This is a great idea.
So he's a human hotspot.
Yeah. Well, no, he's a human Moby charger. Is that what they're called? Those things you can like slap your phone on?
Yeah. Imagine you meet him at a press conference and you give him a hug and your phone starts charging and you don't know why.
That's actually awesome. That would make me want to give him a bigger hug.
So you're saying he's a Maha charging pad?
Yeah,
moving.
Because he's got to keep in touch. He's got to keep tweeting. He's got to get back to Dawn. Like he can never be off the clock, even at the gym.
But because we talked about this on Monday's podcast about his like how much liver are you eating personally?
Yeah, right. I only eat liver every day, every meal. I only eat it when I'm like in a restaurant where it's been pureed with heavy cream and shallots and cherry vinegar, and it's like spread on toast. Usually, that's only when I'm encountering it. Unless my dad's like, sometimes my dad's very whimsical, and sometimes he'll like
sure.
he'll like go to the market because my mom's been like on him for 3 days to buy yogurt, and he'll come back and be like, when I was a boy, your Grammy used to make me liverwort, and then he'll like cut a slice of it and eat it on like a crunchy
liver and
cracker.
onions for lunch. Who wants
so, like
it?
that I would encounter, but that's like once every 10 years.
Would your dad take that as a compliment or as a diss that you called him whimsical?
Oh, I think it's just like a statement of fact. My dad is like the most whimsical man alive. Like, he's so goddamn silly.
What does he do all the time? Or does he still work, or is he chilling now?
He retired last month, and I actually have an answer for you because yesterday I woke up to like a 3,000 word text. I can read it to you if you want. In which he said, now that I'm retired, I let myself sleep until 7 a.m. And your mom's right. She's been saying for years, the best sleep is between 5 and 7 a.m. It's when you fall into your deepest dreams. And then said something like, like nectar of the gods. You sleep like the dead. Like, he gets very effusive. And then he described in many characters a dream he'd had in which I was like sort of a bitch. And then my sister, who everyone prefers to me, was like kind of awesome.
Wow. Okay. So
yeah.
Okay. So your dad needs a job, basically, is what you're saying. Because it sounds like it's going pretty bad already.
No, I think he's really happy. He loves ChatGPT and AI. So he's like really thrilled, I think, to just be able to like
talk to his new friend.
Literally, yeah.
He can monitor the situation.
He's a big situation monitor. He's monitoring Iran right now. He's monitoring a number of situations. He has my mom and him are like opposite in terms of their aesthetic and lifestyle preferences. And she's like an anti-hoarder. Like, when I was a kid growing up, you like put your homework on the table and got a glass of water. She'd be like, whose trash is this? I'm throwing it out. Like, shit like that. And he's like, he would be most comfortable if he was just like mummified in like a series of colorful cords with like the notches sticking out and stuff. So she like relegated him to this space in our house they call the Grottage, which is like an outbuilding in the back that used to be really beautiful before she let him go into it. And now he's filled with
Is that grotto and cottage combined into one word?
Grottage?
Okay. The Grottage. That's exactly right.
Beautiful
and it's
word.
Hilarious because it's this stunning space. My mom like used to have this interior design blog. It's like got these beautiful wainscoting walls, but now my dad has like 6 screens all in a row and like somehow an extra large keyboard I think he ordered from Amazon where all the keys are rainbow and kind of like light up in bizarre ways. And he has all
I
of
think
these,
your
like,
dad is jacking off on webcams. I'm sorry to break it to you, Ella, but
your dad's charging people for this.
Your retired father is a gamer chick.
Good for him.
He got these headphones that have little cat ears on them that light up.
I just thought they sounded
Blackpink
super
played.
good, and all my friends online said they were cool. So
yeah, he wears
so he's into crypto now.
He actually is really into crypto. But yes, he has the Grottage and it's just filled with all this stuff. And it's this hilarious juxtaposition of this like gorgeous aesthetic dream and then just like 3,000 chords and like tiny sculptures he's purchased at garage sales.
What is okay now? Just because we're talking about it, your sister that they like more than you. Why do you think they like her more?
I do too. By the way, she's awesome. Both my sisters are so awesome.
There's 3 of you, and are you number 3 or number 2 in the rankings?
I don't know. I think I'm probably my mom's second favorite and my dad's third.
Okay. All right. So
Thanks for the honesty.
Yeah, I appreciate the honesty. Do they have kids? Is that why they're ahead, or are they just generally better?
They're so awesome. One does have kids, but that's not why they're ahead. My older sister is like the funniest person I've ever met. She's like truly the most delightful and wonderful
What does
human.
she do for a living?
She's a psychologist in a high security men's prison in Sacramento.
Oh my God.
Selfless job as well. Well, that's all that.
A classic comedy job. No, but she's like so funny outside of it. And our entire life.
You gotta laugh if you're doing that for a living.
I think that's exactly right. And she does. She's so funny. She's like so funny. I like can't go anywhere in public with her because anyway. Damn. My little sister she lives in LA and she's just like classic little sister, like stunningly gorgeous. So supportive, so nice. Everyone I've ever met is like, "Are you Clementine's sister?" Like they're kind of surprised, you know. Like, you're probably gonna ask me that now.
Does she have a man?
She does for now.
Hold on.
What's his vibe?
Similar to when I said which blank are you? Which member of Haim are you?
Oh, I'm definitely not the skinny older one.
That's all of them now.
The band, yeah.
No, I thought
the band leader.
No, the older one, isn't it? Esty.
Okay. Oh, Esty. I'm sorry. Yes.
And I'm not the like quintessentially hot one. I'm like the third one that's like more fun loving and like I think she's the one that makes them do the social media dances. So she probably has something deep within her where she like needs to seek validation. That sounds like me.
Alana, the actress,
Yes.
the one that's in films. Okay, so you're Alana.
I mean, it's not like you're bad or anything. They're just like less of a bitch than you.
Totally. And also, I get it. I'm like pretty low energy. You know, like when we all go home for the holidays, I'm like, I'll come out for like an hour. They're like wonderful. They're effusive.
You're like in your high school goon cave, and they're out hanging out with your parents.
I don't have a goon cave on record, but yeah, like come out and I like try to mask that I'm like sort of antisocial by I like cook for everyone.
By
I'll,
baking?
like, oh yeah, exactly. I'll like make a big meal. But I'll like totally have my headphones in and it'll be like under my hair and I'll be listening to like a murder mystery on Audible.
Oh.
And then if anyone tries to talk to me, I like rip it out and I'm like, what?
Mom, you said you have avocado oil. This is bullshit. Okay, so your parents have 2 golden retrievers and 1 cat.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're not bad, but you can't compete with the golden retriever.
No, and I wouldn't want to. I love them. I'm so glad they're great.
Beautiful.
It takes a load off.
This sounds like a pretty good dynamic.
For sure.
You said your little sister lives in LA. Are you in LA right now as well, or soon to be?
Well, I will be in LA tomorrow. I'm in the West Village right now, and I'm headquartered. I live in the West Village, but I spend a lot of time in LA for work.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But you're doing some pop-ups at some friends of ours restaurants next week.
Oh, that's right. Tomorrow I'm doing one at Quarter Sheets. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear my dog. It's going crazy. I'm doing one tomorrow at Quarter Sheets.
Hold on, this fucking dog, this is the most West Village ass dog I've ever seen in my fucking life. Get that motherfucker off my screen.
Does this dog have a food name or no?
Before I throw matcha at my screen.
It's even worse. His name is Mouse.
Oh, hell
Mouse?
no. Oh my God. I'm just happy you're not wearing like a park sweatshirt.
Your dog is in a Bushwick polycule.
Literally.
Mouse did the dishes and wants to know if she could get a bump.
Mouse already bought my book and posted it to stories and tagged me.
Her work is so important.
Yeah, and then next week it's a he. He often gets that though. He gets misgendered a lot.
Might be
classic Jason.
Sorry, playa. I'm trying to
I'm
pound it
popping
out
up
with
at Etra next week. Is that what are those your friends?
Yeah, both.
Yes, both friends of the pod.
Hopefully I'll see you there.
Yeah, I'm not going to be a quarter, but I'm going to try to go to Etra.
I went to Quarter Sheets on
great.
Sunday, and I did a wild card dessert. It was like
Whoa, what was it?
It was like a grapefruit pie of some kind with like a graham cracker crust.
This was not the Mercat lime pineapple cake that we podcasted about.
No, this was some sort of.
Sorry.
But there was obviously something more sinister that I was with Ryan O'Connell. He got the bad boy one, and I got the one that was like fruity, which is rare for me. But I wanted to take a risk because I trust them.
What's the bad boy one?
Oh, like a bread pudding or some, just some like shit is gonna smack.
Yeah, like a chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah, just some fucked up sticky toffee, melty chocolate thingy. Well, actually, speaking of LA and restaurants, I want to know where you want to eat, where you're going to eat, and you were mentioning chicken liver. You got to go get the chicken liver at Squirrel Dinner.
Oh, is it good?
Best in class. Yeah. It's either first or second best in LA.
I feel like there's been so little coverage of it so far, which like makes sense because it's LA. So the food coverage is sort of like limited to Max and Helen's a lot, unless you're reading the LA Times. And by food coverage, of course, I mean on social media.
What's Max and Helen's? I haven't heard of Max and Helen's. What's that?
It's a small classic diner. You'd really love it.
Okay.
Just very classic vibes. It doesn't seem like Nicholas Bronson investor at all.
Okay, well, are you going to go to Max and Helen's?
No, because I don't wait in lines. I'm depressed. But
but you could go. You can get the plug. You're plugged up, right?
I'm not gonna try and.
You're not gonna ask somebody to skip the line for a pancake.
A plug to Phil Rosenthal.
I have the plug.
Okay, Jason, do you want to go next week to Max and Helen's?
We could go. Yeah, we could go.
Yeah, I'll go with you, but I won't wait in line. For me, LA dining is kind of two things. One is there are a number of sort of hole in the wall spots that are more or less kind of like takeout or very fast that you would go for an hour to 10 minutes.
I love Sweet Green. I love Sweet Green.
Not Sweet Green, but like Northern Thai Food Club.
They have wraps now.
Whoa. I actually did text my husband today about wraps. Like this is how joyless my pregnancy life is. I texted him, I wish we had a magic wrap machine that if I pushed a button, it would spit out a wrap that's warm and crunchy on the outside and full of a delicious saucy salad on the inside with some meat. And he didn't reply.
This motherfucker's at work, like rethinking everything. He's like, I got this bitch pregnant for real.
And he's like such a good guy. I feel so bad. But yeah, no, it's for me. It's like spots you go to for like 10 to 30 minutes and eat like 6,000 calories. Like Northern Thai Food Club. It's like I'll hit every 3 nights while I'm there.
Okay.
I love to eat.
So the old saying, LA has better food, New York has better restaurants?
No, I don't think that's true at all. I feel like people are way too harsh on LA. I think one of the best restaurants in the world is Musso and Frank.
Okay.
That's one of the worst restaurants on earth. You're out of your fucking mind.
Saying LA has better food is not necessarily going hard on them.
Inedible.
I would say it's complimentary.
I don't think Musso and Frank has the best food. I think it's just a fabulous restaurant.
Yeah.
Like
I kind of disagree.
Could live in it.
I think it's very mid. I think it's just kind of mid all around. I think that's
Chris, since you don't drink, it's kind of dead in the water for you.
But there's 15 restaurants like that in New York.
I was going to ask. I would never go. I won't go there this trip because I'm not drinking because I'm pregnant. I almost said because I'm sober.
Would you guys realize that if you have to drink at a restaurant, maybe we're doing the wrong thing. Just something. I'm just putting it out there that maybe that's an issue.
It's a beautiful establishment it's a restaurant where you don't go there for the food.
I don't go to any restaurant for the food though.
You go there for the sidecar.
Mm-hmm.
And I think another one of the best restaurants in the world is in LA, which is Roast Duck by Paul Ord. I think that's both a fantastic food and fantastic restaurant. Have you guys been there?
Yeah, I have, but there's much better duck to be had in LA.
What?
It's in the top 10, but it's not in the top 5.
Can I get your top 5? I feel like I can't.
Off record.
Whoa. Okay.
He can't blow up the duck. He can't blow up the duck spot. He'll get canceled.
Are you a duck lover?
I don't want him to blow up the duck spot. I am a duck lover, but I'm like a Paul Ord lover primarily. Like I love everything about it. I love when you go to the bathroom and there's like a colander full of cabbage in the sink.
Yes.
Like it's just one of my favorite.
I've never even heard of it. I mean, I don't eat duck, but I've never even heard of this.
You don't eat duck ever?
I don't eat meat, but I've
okay. Duck is a meat.
But where is the technically? I mean, I don't love to kill cute animals. That's just me. But where is the duck place?
Thai Town.
It's in Thai Town. It's like on the border of Thai Town and Little Armenia.
It's like a little lunch spot. You can get a little plate with some rice and some crispy duck. And do they also have Hainan chicken as well? Or I don't remember.
I don't
Is
think
it just
they
only
do.
duck?
Everything on the menu has duck. So there's like an incredible spicy roast duck curry. There's like a duck salad that has like apples and things in it. It's
all right. You're telling me you're eating duck for lunch?
Oh, you have to because they sell out by the evening. You can't really go for dinner.
Oh hell no! You can't eat duck. People are getting crazy with lunch. It's crazy.
Chris, duck is a very nice protein, healthy fat.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I know you ain't getting duck. It ain't rotisserie duck. There's a lot of other shit with it. You know what I'm saying? She's not getting duck curry at noon. Is just a little gnarly.
Not for me.
Okay, you're saying you're built for this shit.
I'm built for duck at noon. I like when I don't have duck at noon, I'm hungry for the rest of the day.
You're feeling off. That's when you reach for your David bar.
Exactly.
Don't talk to mama till she's had her duck.
If I don't get my duck, I need a blueberry David bar to tide me over.
And I'll like slam a liquid salad. Like, I just need a lot to tide me over if I don't get my duck.
All right. So what are you doing at these restaurants? You're cooking at these restaurants?
They're cooking foods from my book, and then in some cases we're collaborating to make like a Frankenstein menu item.
This is fucking crazy. So to promote your book, you're making your friends work, is what you're saying.
Totally, yeah.
But also, those restaurants get to have a random Wednesday where they sell out because she markets it on her end, and everyone makes a little bit of money. You sell a few books, we have fun.
Let's find out, Jason. Ella, how are ticket sales?
Well, I don't know, blissfully, but I agree with you, Chris. It's awful. Like the whole promoting of a book process is just so humiliating. It's just asking people to do work for you. It's emailing your friend and being like, will you write an article about me? Will you do a podcast episode that I'm on? Like as someone who hates to do extra work, I viscerally feel it. And I hate asking anyone for anything.
I think that somebody was talking to me about this recently, saying something very similar. And I think that if it's your actual friends, they're happy to do it. I don't think anybody would actually be bothered.
I think people are once you finish. I don't know. I've never written a book, but I feel like once I do finish that book, when I'm making that call that I've been saving up all my juice for, I'm not gonna ask this person for any favors until it's go time. I feel like the excitement of making that call and saying like, hey, books out. Let's do this fucking podcast, bro. Whatever it is,
You sound like you have high self-esteem. I agree that like they shouldn't be so put out by it, but I don't know. I'm not put out by it. If someone calls me and they're like, hey, can you go to my house and like do all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, absolutely, because I love to feel useful. But I think I'm like a freak.
Mm-hmm. No, but Jason makes a good point as well. Like a Wednesday night or whatever, it's like something exciting to do that gets people in the door and it's fun for everybody. And I also think that this is how I feel about texting people for reservations. Because finally, food people are like, that's my job. I don't care. I'm happy to do it. It's not annoying to me.
I hate texting for reservations. I'd rather like...
That's the only way you can go. That's the only way to go to a restaurant anymore. So you don't have a choice.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is. But I like when someone else does it and then I get to be in their party.
That's me. Yeah,
passenger princess.
That is preferred.
Exactly.
That is
passenger
preferred.
princess bench scraping stuff up the passenger seat.
Is this table open?
What car are you gonna drive in LA?
I'm probably not gonna drive a car. I rented a car when I was there for a while last year and it was so heavenly and I just like don't want to ruin the memory. I think I'm gonna Uber.
You want to preserve car summer forever?
Literally, I feel like my car was my safe space. Like I was living like a 1940s ad man. I was like waking up and making like a mocha pot of coffee and getting in my rental car and driving to the studio and I would like blast music.
Do it again. I do it every day.
I'm a really bad driver.
I know you are.
Every time I get in a car, there's a risk of, I'm a bad driver. You could tell.
Oh yeah. The second I met you, I just wouldn't get in the car with you.
I think you have anxiety around all types of traveling and transportation.
Okay, so not true. And actually, my husband is like nightmarishly anxious about air travel. I was just reflecting today. I'm so glad I'm flying alone tomorrow. We call him the manager when he flies because he acts like he's like actually the pilot of the plane. Like when we go on like a 12-hour flight, he like doesn't sleep a wink.
Wait, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, please.
When you get on the plane, do you wipe down the seat?
No, me?
I didn't think so. I didn't think so, but I had to ask. We
I'm
just
like
met.
Hagrid. Like when I get on the plane in my like ripped pajama pants from 2004 with like goldfish falling off of my person, am I wiping down this?
I didn't think so, but that's my true judge of character. If you wipe down the seat, I don't think you're for me.
No, you're not for me. And also when they hand me that little thing, I'm like, I don't like when someone gives me something I know I'm going to have to throw out.
They've stopped doing that.
Really?
I've noticed.
Then I wish they would give me that thing. Airlines are so cheap.
They really have. I noticed that like a year ago. I was like, oh, they stopped doing this because now you can really identify the true freaks because they bring their own.
Yeah. Oh, so true. Well, no, I'm not going to tell that story. It makes me sound bad. But I'm glad that my husband isn't traveling with me tomorrow because I'll be able to just enjoy the fact that like if the plane goes down, it's just going to go down.
Mm-hmm.
With all of us on
Best
it.
way to die.
If he was on the plane and it started to go down, he would like ask to talk to the pilot. I'm not
Excuse
kidding.
me, can I have a word?
So he's like Mark Wahlberg with the 9/11 plane. If I was on that plane, it wouldn't have gone down that way.
Literally.
Like your husband would have landed this thing.
That's my favorite. I forgot about
my
that.
My husband like identifies as the main character in Hijack. You know what I mean? He's like I'm gonna solve this hijack, and I'm like I'm not. I'm gonna like take all of the Ativan in my purse.
Okay, so he sits down. He knows exactly what row to have eyes on the situation. He starts flipping buttons on the ceiling that aren't there, like he's in the cockpit and things like that.
It's worse. We like before we get on the plane, he starts scrolling anxiously at the airport because he's made us get there like hours in advance, and he goes, "Ugh, no IFE." And I always go, "What's IFE?" And he says, "In-flight entertainment. I always have to tell you." And he's like looking at a model of what our airplane is on his phone. And then we get on the plane and immediately
Airbus 312. Fuck, I hate this model.
No IFE. And also, by the way, this is a man who hates being bored. He's like the most ADHD man I've met in my entire life. But he has like never packed a book, downloaded a TV show, downloaded a podcast, like anything in his entire life. And so he's like, "Oh, no IFE." So he's already in a horrible mood. Anxiety's building. We get in the air and then immediately he starts, I'll be like nodding off and he'll tap me and I'll be like, "Yeah, so we just descended about 5,000 feet in a 2-minute span, which is really irregular, but I'm keeping an eye on the situation." And I'm like, "To what end?"
Yeah, big bro, what are you gonna do if we go 10,000? You can't do shit about this.
We once on our honeymoon we were flying to I love him so much. We were flying to Turkey.
Like that, you have to preface that.
Where were you flying? Did you say you're flying to Tahiti?
Turkey.
Oh,
to Turkey. We were flying to Turkey. And it was like one of those situations where on like a regional carrier, I think we were flying from like Istanbul to Fethiye or something. Like, it's like we didn't know anything that was going on the whole time.
You weren't on the Emirates flight, is what you're saying.
No, absolutely not.
Your hair transplant looks really good. They did a great job.
Thank you. I got very big teeth. And it was one of those situations where like people start saying stuff in a different language on the speaker, and everyone around us starts anxiously wrestling and going like, oh my God. And then someone gets on the thing and then like very painstakingly sort of says in broken English, like, hey, so it's like a really hard landing today. It's super, super cloudy and the winds are really strong. So we're going to like attempt it, but it might not work. They just say that, right? And then we're like, what the fuck? Like, that can't be how they actually said it, fluently.
Like, hold on.
I'm sure that can't be the word for word translation, Shirley.
I'm sure they said into the thing, like, and then if it doesn't work, we'll like come back up and we'll try it again and we'll circle. But they go to like, but it might not work. And it like turns up and the plane starts descending and like, it's like a wind strike against the plane. Like the whole thing is like vibrating up and down and side to side in there, and things are sort of being thrown around us. It's like getting closer and closer to touching down. And my husband gets so worked up about it. Like he's like, but they can't do this. What's going on? They can't do this. They can't attempt a landing in these conditions. And I was like, why are you unbuckling your seatbelt and standing up? Like, what are you going to do? You're going to go talk to someone?
Why are you unbuckling your seatbelt?
That's like, they locked the cockpit. And he said, Ella, let me do what I need to do. And he stood up, walking toward the front of the plane. And I was like, oh my God, he's actually going to asked to talk to the pilot. And then a flight attendant very sternly was like, sit down, sir. And he was like, okay, no problem. And he just got back in his seat and buckled and got ready to die.
I like the idea of just going up to the cockpit and just not just tapping on the door.
Hey, what's going on?
Like, hey, are you sure you've thought this through?
I know this is kind of your thing or whatever, but I'd like to give some feedback if you don't mind.
Like, did he think it was pilot suicide, or just like no one but him had considered that it could be a bad idea?
You're like, oh yeah, crashing is bad. I agree.
Thanks, man.
Wow. Well, I mean, I feel bad for your husband outing him like that a little bit, but it was a good story, and I think he would
love
be okay
him.
with it, right?
Ella,
I love him so much.
Ella, thank you for joining us on How Long Gone. Obsessed with the Best is everywhere you buy books. I assume it's available everywhere you buy books.
It is.
If you're in LA, go to Quarter Sheets, go to Etra, and I'm sure they can follow you on Instagram to find out about more public appearances.
That's right. Thanks for having me.
And I mean public appearances beyond the Five Guys on 7th Avenue.
Yeah. Please don't say hi to me if you see me there.
I will sidebar about Squirrel and Duck.
Yeah, please. And Max and Howlands.
And Max and Howlands as well.
Great. Wow, you guys have a full plan. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Honestly, it was a pleasure. And safe travels. We'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.
I got something good.